Alright, welcome back. We have another tech tip for you today. This one hopefully will help you out whether or not you have a Hemi swap vehicle or maybe just a daily driver and you're stuck on the roadside somewhere. So what we're going to cover today is the replacement of the stock serpentine belt with an AC bypass belt. A lot of Hemi swappers, maybe in a race application, they won't have a need for the lower air compressor on the car engine. Now this only applies to the Jeep and the car engines that have this accessory setup. This doesn't apply to the trucks with the alternator and the AC compressor on the top. Let's also say you are in your daily driver, you have a car that the clutch locks up on the AC compressor and it completely shreds your belt. You don't really have the time to do a full AC compressor change and all that good stuff. You just need to get home. This tip will also help you out. So what we're going to do is get just standard 3/8 ratchet, put it in the tensioner, and take the old belt off. If you've slung a belt, you can go ahead and skip this step. So open it, pull it off the idler first, off the power steering pump, and now you can remove the entire belt. At this point, if you want, you can get rid of the AC compressor if you don't need it, or just completely bypass it. So if you're stuck on roadside, you don't have to take this compressor off. It won't be in the way when you run the AC delete belt. So this is a Gates Micro V K060780. It equates to about a 1,996 millimeter in length belt, which I think is 98 inches and 9/16, I think. Don't quote me on that, but that is the right part number right there. So I prefer to run Gates belts, a little bit better quality product, but use whatever you can. Remember 1996. That's the millimeter length, and it is a 6-rib belt. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And that should get you where you need to be if you're in a bind. Okay, so let's go ahead and route this thing. What I like to do is I like to start with the tensioner first. Come around, go below the crank. Now we're going to bypass, completely skip the AC compressor. Go up to the power steering unit. Now the alternator. Make sure nothing's come off. And we're going to go under the idler again and then back on top. So we'll just slip that right under there when we do the tensioner. So push down. And there we go. We have completely bypassed the AC compressor. So if this is locked up, stuck on roadside again, it won't interfere. You'll be able to drive this guy all the way home with no issues. If you don't have an AC system, you're running maybe a race application in your swap, this is exactly what you need.
So this is for all 5.7 cars and Jeeps?
Yes. So this also applies for the VVT engines. The VVT engines were spaced out a little bit further. They had, if it had electronic power steering, let's say like a 2015 Charger or the 5.7, if it had electronic power steering where they had down here on the lower passenger side, the electric motor spun over the power steering pump, what they'll have is just a power steering pump delete pulley set up here. It'll be the same pulley with the offset bracket that holds this in place. So it really has an application for all of the Hemis that are set up, whether or not it's say like a new VVT or something like that. It should work.
Yep, so this is the one for the car, and you'll know because the alternator will be on the lower passenger side.
Right. That's absolutely right.
Awesome.
Please like and subscribe. But Mom, Hemi Tech.